Let's talk about LinkedIn now. Sue Parker joins us from Dare Group Australia here at the desk. How are you doing?
Good morning, Aaron.
Are you a Sims fan?
Pass, Your Honour. Sorry, Your Honour. May I call the witness to that question?
Yes. There you go. Let's talk about LinkedIn, of course, because it's been a big summer with a number of big events. We think of the bushfires. How's LinkedIn, I suppose, responded to the bushfires?
It's been absolutely extraordinary. January, which is normally the month of grandiose, look at me, sell, 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 aren't I wonderful, I'm smashing the year, really had a recalibration. And the platform responded with real empathy. I observed quite a influx of contributions, content, and very much awareness of how small businesses and businesses were addressing the issue. It certainly was a different month. There were people like the Kate Carnell, the Ombudsman of Small Business, Peter Strong, the CEO of the Council of Small Business, and a whole range of emergency service heads that were really using the platform to increase awareness of what was happening and how the business community
You seem somewhat surprised by this. Obviously, LinkedIn has become, from my end anyway, the way I look at it, a place where a lot of people like to show off, and a situation like the bushfires could become, on the other side, a way for people to say, I really care, but they're not actually doing something. But you've seen and witnessed that people actually have been using it for good.
Look, absolutely. And I think when we're in an echo chamber of our own industry sector, we see what we see in the feed. And I spend a lot of time looking at all industries. There was some extraordinarily intellectual gravitas of content there. And there was certainly the debates, and it was certainly debates which sometimes they got a little heated, excuse the pun, but unlike your Facebook and your Twitter, where it's full of vitriol, there was real intellectual rigour around climate control, what Australians need to do. And I think one of the things I observed was that, yes, there seemed to be a lot more leaders weighing in for real ethical reasons, as opposed to this here I am. What I did also observe, people don't change in the time of crisis. Those who are very much them don't necessarily change and will use any situation for their own self awareness.
Why do you think that is? Why do you think people use LinkedIn in that way? Because I find that it turns a lot of people, including myself, off LinkedIn.
Absolutely.
When all I'm seeing is people, the same people I might add, doing their little videos in the car about how great they are.
Oh, they don't do videos in the car. Aaron, that's just so not true. Where's your perm, by the way? Where's the perm? It's shorter than last year.
That's exactly right. But you see my point, like it has become a platform of look at me, even though I'm, telling you I'm a success, even though I may not actually be a success.
This is a very interesting point you just raised, and it's certainly the scramble. I mean, LinkedIn now in Australia has 11 million people. That's grown 1 million in the last 8 months. Now, certainly there's a percentage of that that's, a little bit inaccurate, but that's what the stats come out. Globally, it's now 675
But what's the engagement like out of those millions of people? Because I had LinkedIn for a very, very long time. It must be about 8-10 years that I had it, and I never actually looked at it. And I only had it because people kept inviting me, so I set up a profile and set to forget.
Look, LinkedIn is the #1 business platform in the world. That's a no-brainer. It's a no debate.
Yeah.
It's a repository of everyone in the business world, ostensibly. It's not the what, it's the how. What you're commenting on is very, very valid. I mean, I've been spending a lot of time the last few weeks with some colleagues overseas looking at some of the issues that are happening again, there is so much gravitas and intellectual conversation on LinkedIn. Is it in your feed? Is it in your radar? Maybe, maybe not. We can train our feed.
Yeah.
What we get is very much an indicator of what we create in our network.
Yeah, but that could also be just by liking someone's video when you see it for the first time. You end up seeing it every day when they post it every day, but you're only meant to like it once. So sometimes the algorithm might be a bit of an issue. But let's talk about content more broadly when it comes to LinkedIn. We had someone here the other day who was writing a blog, and they were writing a blog based on what they were seeing was kind of occurring on LinkedIn, big articles coming through. It's actually become a great place if you are writing a blog for your website to see what is trending, what people are looking at, and then to be able to use that to essentially, and even for us here at Ticker, we sometimes have a look at LinkedIn because it's a really great idea for what our content could be.
Absolutely, and the use of a few relevant hashtags is critical in that piece too.
Yeah, and you've said to me in the past, no more than 4.
Absolutely, and I am so flummoxed how people are doing 20, 30. It's just unbelievable. It does not work.
No.
Content, and look, again, as you know, there's posts and there's articles. And what I'm seeing, certainly in a lot of my clients who are senior executives and professionals, as well as business owners, using the platform for expertise sharing. Now, I'm not using this constant word of thought leadership. You're in a sector, you're a professional, you've got years and decades of experience. So the platform is an outstanding repository of your body of work and knowledge.
Yeah.
And so that content, how it's been produced with the right hashtags and how it's then you're channeling that. The other issue too, of course, is that LinkedIn with articles, that people forget, is very much ranked in Google. And people don't understand that because they're looking for the quick fix, the quick likes, the quick, vanity metrics. When we look at an overall content strategy and how LinkedIn feeds within the global Google community, there's a better way to have some sustainability, and that is with articles. That is actually doing some very long form articles.
So writing the article on your website and linking to it on LinkedIn,
no,
or writing the article in LinkedIn?
You can actually write the article. Well, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
I mean, with me, I have a very big blog and I have a lot of content in media and on LinkedIn.
Separate to LinkedIn.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
but you can do it. But what I'm saying is that with LinkedIn, you can write articles. It's a permanent repository of your body of work. You then can put it on your website. You can then send it out to media. But it is a permanent way to raise credibility versus the look at me, I've done this, I'm in the car,
Yeah.
look what I've done today.
Yes.
Because let's be honest, you go there to find information and to learn and understand.
Has it become a bit of a beauty contest as well, though, much the same way as Instagram, where
Only
the people who
yeah.
seem to keep popping up in my feeds, the one who are most proud of their work are the really good-looking business people who are going, look at what I've done?
Geez. Do you want the polite answer or the rude answer?
Go for it.
Oh, geez, no, I can't swear. I promise myself I don't swear on Ticker. I'm trying to be a very good girl. Look, there's bullshit every platform.
Yeah.
And again, there is I keep saying this, it's LinkedIn is a replication of real life. There are idiots and there are extremely clever people in every factor. There is, as I said, what I observed over the January period was a different level of content. And what I also observed was leaders coming back in that probably were a little bit reluctant normally because the issues of bushfires and how to help businesses was so important to communicate. And again, it depends the patch you play in.
Yeah.
I mean, I have clients in the science field, for example. I have clients in psychology. I have many different areas of their clients. And when I work with them, I look at their feeds and I look at their communities. And it's very different than, as you say, the beauty contest of those in the car videos flogging something.
Sue, great to see you. We'll talk to you again soon.
Yeah, thanks, Aaron.
All right.